A young boy stands at the corner of a busy street, his tiny frame almost lost in the crowd. His clothes are worn and tattered, shoes nowhere to be seen, yet he holds himself with quiet dignity. In his hands, he clutches nothing more than a broken tin can, the faint sound of coins clinking inside each time a rare passerby shows him kindness. But more than begging, he offers something else, his voice. Softly at first, almost shy, he begins to sing. The melody is raw, fragile, yet filled with a depth far beyond his years. It carries pain, but also hope, the kind that makes strangers pause for just a second before hurrying on with their busy lives. Most walk past, barely glancing at the child, blind to the gift echoing in the air. Yet in those notes, there is a story, of hunger, of nights spent under open skies, of dreams too large for the streets he calls home. His eyes, though weary, shine with something unbreakable. They tell of a boy who believes, despite everything, that he was meant for more. For him, every song is not just survival, it is a prayer, a whisper to the world that he exists, that he matters, that his voice might someday carry him far from these streets. In that moment, he is not just a poor street kid. He is an artist waiting to be discovered, a dreamer whose music holds the power to move hearts that are willing to listen. The boy steps onto the massive AGT stage, the lights blinding and the audience stretching farther than anything he has ever seen. His small figure looks fragile against the grandeur of the set, and whispers ripple through the crowd. Some people exchange doubtful glances, quietly judging his shabby clothes and timid stance. He clutches the microphone with trembling hands, his voice barely above a whisper as he introduces himself. The judges lean in, trying to catch his words, sensing his nerves but also the sincerity in his tone. For a heartbeat, the theater feels cold, filled with skepticism and uncertainty. Then, he begins to sing. The first note is soft, shaky, but within moments, it grows, rich and soulful, pouring straight from his heart. The audience falls silent, struck by the unexpected beauty of his voice. His pain, his struggle, his dreams, all woven into every lyric, reach far beyond language, beyond appearance. The judges sit frozen, their expressions shifting from doubt to awe. The same boy who moments ago seemed out of place now commands the entire room with nothing but his song. It is no longer about where he comes from or the clothes on his back, it is about the undeniable power of his spirit. Each note rises higher, carrying his hope into the air, and for the first time in his life, the world is truly listening. As the boy continues to sing, something magical begins to unfold. The shaky nerves that marked his first note disappear, replaced by a confidence born from the music itself. His voice soars, echoing through the hall with a purity that makes the audience lean in, holding their breath. Faces in the crowd soften, people who moments ago doubted him now find tears welling in their eyes. The camera sweeps across the judges, each one visibly moved, their expressions caught between disbelief and admiration. The boy closes his eyes, pouring every ounce of his soul into the performance, as though this is his one chance to prove that his life, his struggles, and his dreams all matter. The atmosphere shifts entirely. What began as a simple audition transforms into something unforgettable, an experience that binds every listener together in shared emotion. His voice, once overlooked on the busy streets, now commands absolute silence and respect in one of the world's biggest stages. By the time he reaches the crescendo, the audience is no longer just watching a poor street kid sing. They are witnessing a transformation, the unveiling of raw talent that had been hidden beneath the shadows of hardship. The boy's story is no longer his alone, it belongs to everyone in the room, a reminder that greatness can come from the most unexpected places. In that moment, he is not invisible, not forgotten, he is a star. The final note lingers in the air, trembling with power and vulnerability, and then fades into silence. For a heartbeat, the entire auditorium is still, no one moves, no one breathes. Then, as if released all at once, the audience rises to their feet in thunderous applause. The sound shakes the walls, cheers echoing as tears stream down faces across the crowd. The boy stands frozen on stage, clutching the microphone, his chest rising and falling with exhaustion and disbelief. One of the judges leans forward, their eyes wet, their voice breaking as they say, "That was extraordinary." Another wipes away tears, shaking their head in wonder. And then, without hesitation, one judge slams their hand on the golden buzzer. Instantly, a shower of golden confetti rains down from above, sparkling in the spotlight. The boy drops to his knees, overcome by emotion, his small hands covering his face as he cries openly, not from sadness, but from the sheer weight of joy, relief, and validation. For the first time in his life, he is not invisible. The audience chants his name, clapping and cheering louder, as the judges rise to their feet, joining the ovation. In that sea of golden light, the boy's dream has leapt from the streets into the hearts of millions. It is no longer just a performance, it is a miracle moment, one that will live on far beyond this stage. Backstage, the boy is still trembling, bits of golden confetti clinging to his hair and clothes. His eyes are red from crying, but his smile glows brighter than the stage lights. Reporters, crew members, and even fellow contestants stop to hug him, moved by what they just witnessed. With a shaky breath, he looks into the camera and whispers, "All I wanted was for someone to listen, and now the whole world has." His voice cracks, but his words carry the weight of every child who has ever felt unseen. He pauses, then adds softly, "Maybe kids like me will believe their dreams matter too." Those watching from home feel their hearts tighten, reminded that greatness can come from the most unexpected corners of the world. Social media explodes with messages of love and admiration, clips of his performance spreading across the globe within hours. In distant places, children gather around phones and televisions, watching him and daring to believe in their own voices. The boy, once a nameless singer on the streets, has become a symbol of resilience and hope. His story proves that when someone is given a chance, just one chance, the impossible can unfold. The final image lingers on his tear-streaked smile, confetti still falling like a crown above his head. It is not just a victory for him, but for dreamers everywhere. In that moment, the world doesn't just see a poor street kid, they see a star who taught them never to give up on hope.